Well, hello YouTube. It is Friday the 13th. And it is getting nautical outside. That's right, there's a storm, if you haven't heard, a storm coming up through the Gulf, and we're starting to get little remnants of it and stuff. So who knows, I might be stuck here for a while in the shop, but what better way to pass the time waiting out a storm than painting. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So today we're going to disassemble all the parts on this bench and get them degreased and everything, and we're going to set up our painting booth and prime with my favorite primer, the SEM. Yeah, the SEM primer self-etching. I really like this stuff. Not as good as epoxy. I want to stress that. Not as good as epoxy paint, but I get it. It works. It does its job. It does its function. So we're going to paint today, get the parts ready, get them painted and everything for final assembly. We've got a lot of assembly on this one. It's not as easy as we did with the tail and everything. This one here, we basically got to do the external parts, and then we zip it up. The rudder, we kind of go right down the center and we zip it together, and I'll show you probably right about here what that will look like when we do our editing for a YouTube and everything. And I'll tell people, you know, I found a new video site. I'm gonna try it. Obviously, I'm gonna try Rumble. Put that out there. I'm also going to put it on Vimeo as well. So these videos will be on Rumble and Vimeo as well. So stay tuned for more information about that. But like always, this plane is not going to build itself. So stay tuned as we progress through the day. Wow, you see my stick? You see, there you go. That's how with the magic of video. How do you? Oh, I know what you do. You gotta. Oh, get my meaty hands. There you go. See, I'm not a pro. I don't do this for a living. I got other skills. So, all right. So with that, like I said, plane's not gonna build itself. Let's get this show on the road. Hey YouTube, I wanted to show you. Part of the paint prep is, I forgot that, not only do you have to clean, but you gotta take the shine off of this. You gotta scratch these up. What I found, instead of trying to hold these in my hand and run the Scotch-Brite pad, it's better to, if you can find something that can get you right angles, rest the piece on there and then take your Scotch-Brite over it like that. It will make your life a lot easier holding it. The other reason I like to prime my paint, and this is kind of a unintended benefit, I've realized that when I am prepping my parts to be primed, I am also inspecting them. I find that, you know, like in here, like this is bent or that is bent, or maybe I forgot to dimple something or something, but it gives me the opportunity to inspect the part one more time. The other thing is you know, deburring. There's a reason why you deburr. Sharp angles, anything sharp obviously will cut you, but a sharp angle will actually develop a crack. That's why windows on airplanes are rounded. They're not squared, is because of stress fractures. Anywhere where you have metal going at right angles to each other, you can introduce a crack. So that's why we deburr everything. And so by vigorously, and I mean vigorously, look at my Scotch-Brite pad, vigorously scarfing this up to get it painted, I'm also feeling the part for any sharp edges. And that tells me that my deburring is good or bad. And in my case, it's been very well. You can see where I've ran the edges, but no, there's no sharp edges. That's the thing. That one of the things is when you run this pad across, especially like in here and stuff, if it catches on these edges, then that tells me I need to deburr those a little bit more. So that's another added benefit of priming. It just gives your hands on one more time and allows you to inspect your parts and your workmanship. So, but just a little tip, you know, I found that if I find something, this is a board left over when I did the benches, if I can just rest that piece on there at right angle, and then I can, you know, go across it. It just makes life a lot easier. Hopefully that will help you out. I've got all the parts degreased and buffed, scratched with the buffing pad, so it'll take on the etching primer. So so when we get back, next shot should be, these should be green. Let's see, keep our fingers crossed. Go YouTube.
Playing from iPhone.
Thanks Siri. Or like, I don't even know who that is, what voice that is. So there you go, YouTube. It is all done, all primed up, ready to go. Went over it with another shot. Everything is drying. I did exactly what I said I wasn't going to do in my other video, but I figured we're just priming anyways. It's not like it's a finish coat. So I do have some overspray again, small table, not a lot of room to space out. I know. The overspray really doesn't bug me much at all. It's more about the coverage and stuff. So we got that all done and it's ready to go. So now we'll let it sit and let it cook for 24 hours and let it set up, and then we'll come back and we'll start. We gotta spray paint the skins over there, and then we will start assembling. All right, YouTube. Hey, it's another hot one in the shop here. I kept the fan off. It was causing the paint to swirl. So it's because of the air conditioning here and then the outside door with the humidity. So we had a nice little barrier there. So as literally you could see the paint spray hit the door, or the overspray hit the door and then swirl back around from the fan. Now I guess I could have turned the fan on a little bit more, a little bit higher, but then I've been blowing parts off of the table there. So we got the priming done. We're gonna let that set up. 24 hours is what SEM recommends. For those that know, so all of those parts that I did, it took one can of the SEM product to paint all that. I would say about 60 to 70% was off, was overspray. So you're only going to get about 30%. You got to be careful with spraying that too. You don't want it too thick. You want to go into light coats and just do a lot of light coats on a lot of light coats. A lot of people, when they're priming and stuff, they put on a thick coat early on, and what that does is it doesn't give the so there's a flash. It flashes off inside there, a chemical that causes it to etch and then flash off. Well, if you put too thick of a coat on, what happens is you actually hold that chemical in, and it makes the paint real wet and tacky, and it doesn't flash off real good. You know that you're putting on the right amount. If you wait about 15 seconds to 20 seconds afterwards, you'll see it look dry or chalky, and then that way you're getting, you're at the right distance with the right volume on top of it, and that's what you want to do. And you just want to layer that, 3 to 4 layers. I'd say 3 layers, and yeah. So that's how you do that. That's just my opinion. Your mileage might differ. God, I'm fogging up over here. So with that, we got the painting done, like I said. So tomorrow we'll come back in. We'll but we're gonna set up the skins, get them taped off and ready to paint, and we'll get those skins painted. I need the table that's on. Man, I got a bug on my paint. I'm looking at him walking around. I guess he's just going to be part of the plane going forward because, well, it should be dry. He's probably getting a little stony. So with that, I just want to say thanks. Thanks for joining me in the shop today. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe. Tell your friends, your other RV plane enthusiasts about our site. If you have any comments or anything, keep them to the plane. I'll get to them. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. But like always, hey, have a great weekend. It's Friday. I don't know when you're watching this video, but it's Friday for me. Gosh, I gotta do this. So have a great weekend. Spend time with your family. Spend time doing what you enjoy doing, and just get out there. Life is to be enjoyed. It's not a box of chocolate though. It's to be enjoyed. So God bless, and take care. Be safe.